Hello and welcome to AutoCADs. So in this lecture, I have brought you one of the most underrated tool of an AutoCAD, and that is known as the multiline. People usually ignore this tool, but with the help of this tool, you can easily able to create many things. Like if you want to create the walls of a floor plan, then you can easily able to create it with this tool. If you want to create the windows, you can also create it using this multiline tool, and there are other uses as well. So stay on with this lecture, and here we are also going to see some of the very important properties related to the multiline, like multiline edit, multiline styles. So many things we are going to cover in this lecture. So if you are new to this lecture, or if you are new to this AutoCADs, then please do subscribe for the updates like this. So let's just get started. So now we are going to see where do we find this multiline tool and how to use this tool. So where do we find it? You will find it inside this draw toolbar or draw section. From here, you can just click on this draw and you will see that the fourth from here is known as the multiline. So if I'm going to click on this multiline, you will see that the multiline will going to be started. Another method is to use the command box. You just have to type ML over here, and once you type ML, just press enter and multiline will going to be started. You can see that it will going to start. Just like the line, it will going to ask you for the start point. So if I'm going to click on anywhere on the screen, it will going to start a line. But here you can see that instead of creating a single line, it is creating a double line, basically a parallel lines like this. And if I'm going to click on anywhere again, you can see that it will going to create the parallel lines accordingly between these 2 points. So this is how you use a multi-line. Now here the question arises that it is known as a multi-line, but it is creating two lines. So why it is not known as a double line? That's because we can use multi-line style that we are going to see later on, with the help of which we can just edit it and we can just add up more lines. So that's why it is known as multi-line. So the moment you clicked on anywhere, you can see that automatically, just like the line command in AutoCAD, it will going to create the multi-line. Just press the enter button and you can see that you will going to be out from the tool, and this is how you create a multi-line. If you are going to click on this multi-line, you can see that it will going to select all at once. So that is one property of the multi-line, because it is just acting as a single entity. If you are going to explode this, let's say that I'm going to select all at once, and then I'm going to write explode in the command box to explode it. And once I explode it, you can see that it will going to be exploded now, and now it will going to behave as a single entities. And you can see that all the multi-line properties will going to be lost, and now it is made up of single entity of lines. Let's just see some more things in the multi-line. So I'm going to start a multi-line again, and over here you can see that these are the two options. So basically three options over here. The first one is the justification. Like if I'm going to click on this, let's just create one line over here first. That will going to help you in understanding this well. So I'm going for the draw again. I'm going to select a multi-line, and in the justification, you can see that there are three justifications, basically the top, zero, and bottom. If I'm going to select the top, you can see that it will going to start a multi-line by taking the above line as a starting line. So you can see that it is starting the justification like this. Then I'm again going for the multi-line, and from here I'm going to change this multi-line justification to 0, and now you can see that it will going to start from the middle. So your mouse is moving, and accordingly it is creating the lines parallel to basically the movement of mouse. Then we have the last justification option, and that is known as the bottom. If I'm going to click on this, and if I'm going to select a line, you can see that it will going to create a bottom line. So here you can see that in this direction it is perfect. Let me just delete this one and just create a multi-line again, and you can see that now the justification is bottom. It means that it is taking the bottom line as my starting line. So this is the three justifications over here. The next one is the scale. So if I'm going to click on this multi-line again and just click on the scale, and from here you can just increase the scale. Let's say that right now the distance between this is 1. We are going to see later on why it is 1, but let's just assume to be it as 1. If you are going to use mm as a unit or decimal as a unit, then this is mm. Otherwise, if you are going to use imperial unit, then this is 1 inch. So right now it is basically 1. And if I'm going to increase the scale, let's say that I'm going to increase it to 10. So right now I'm using decimal, so it is being increased to 10 mm. So if I'm going to create a line, you can see that the line, basically the separation between the two lines has been increased, and it is being 10 over here. So these are the important things with the help of which we are going to use this to create the walls. Like, let's see how to create a wall. So I'm going to delete everything, and since we are going to create it in feet and inches, so we have to select the unit. So I'm going to go for the drawing utilities, select unit, and in the unit we are going to make this as engineering. So now I'm working in feet and inches, just make it okay. And now with the line that we are going to create, the multi-line, basically it will going to work in the feet and inches. Just go for the style scale from here, and let's say that I want the outer boundary to be 10 inch, so I have to provide 10 over here, and now it becomes 10 inch. Click on anywhere and you can see that the line is going to be started. Let's say that this value is 50 feet or 60 feet, so I have provided 60 single comma, just make it enter, and you can see that this is 60 feet over here. Let's say that this is 40, so I'm going to make it 40 single comma, and this is 40 over here. And similarly I'm going to make it 60 again, and I want to close it. So there is a close option over here. Click on this close and it will going to close it. So you can see that with the help of this multi-line, how easily I have created the exterior walls. Now to create the interior wall, I am again going for the multi-line, and let's say that I want a interior walls to be of 6 inches. So I'm going to make this as 6. Scale, I'm going to change it as 6. And now the line, you can see that it is 6 inch of line. It's a little bit thin. And let's just create it again. Just go for the multi-line. From here, I want to make, like in this direction, I want to make it as in the 10 feet. So when this line comes, which is the green line, just make it as 10, and you can see that from here that it is started. Just make it down below and you can just end it in this portion. Similarly, let's say that from the middle I want to make it, just press the enter, and again we have the middle line started, and we have got this option over here. And from here again I'm going to, so from this point I want this room to be 20 feet, so I'm going to make it 20, and you can see that it will going to be started from the 20. Just go for the multi-line again. From here we want it to be 20, so this is 20 over here. So you can see that this is how easily I can able to create the walls using this multi-line. The second tool that I'm going to talk about is known as the mledit, or you can say that a multi-line edit. This is a very interesting tool, and it will going to help you in just making patterns in the multi-line. So right now, till now, we have seen about this thing. We have created the multi-lines and we have used it for creating the walls of the house, or outer and inner wall both. Now for the multi-line edit, you have to type mledit in the command box. So just type mledit and you can see that it will going to be popped up. Just press enter and you can see that a box will going to open, and in this box every types of pattern is available. Like this is the closed cross, this is closed T, joints, corner joints, basically open cross, and these are different things. With the help of this you can create the roads. So with the help of this multi-line you can even create the roads with the use of this multi-line edit. So let's see where do we use a multi-line in this section. So right now over here you can see that we have created the walls, but the walls are not properly joined like this over here. And since multi-line is a complete entity, so you can't use a trim. Let's say that I want to use a trim, you can see that the trim is not going to work. That's because it is going to act for the whole entity at once. It will not going to delete this section, this part over here. And to do that you have to explode it. That also you can do, but let's just see how to use a multi-line edit to just change these things over here. So I'm going to select mledit again, just make it enter, and there's a open T over here. Just click on this open T and then you have to select the two lines, like first line and then second line, and you can see that it will going to be edited. You have to select the lines accordingly. Like I'm going for the mledit again, and then I'm going to click on this line and this line. Okay, so that's here it is not working properly, we have to just intersect it like this. Now it will, I think it will going to work. Let's just open the multi-line edit again and open T, select this one and this one, and you can see that it will going to create the feature like this. Similarly, I can do it for it's a continuous command. You can see that it will going to be active again. Click on this line and this line, and let's just see it is happening or not. If it is not happening, you have to intersect it. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to make it intersected, and I'm again going for the ML edit. I'm going to select open T, select this one and this one, and it will going to be erased. If it is not working fine, you can just use the explode to explode it, and you can create it using the explode as well. Let's just do for this option over here, like over here and here. You can see that it has been created. Similarly, I'm doing for this part over here and this part over here. If it is not working, as I've told you, you can use the explode and you can just explode it. Let's just see some more uses of multi-line edit. So for that, I'm going to create the multi-lines like over one over here, and then I'm going to create another way. So it basically works with the intersected lines. So here you can see that it has been intersected. Just go for the ML edit again, and then I'm going to use this close cross, and I can just select the two lines, and you can see that it will going to make it close cross like this. So one will going to overlap the other. It depends upon the selection. If you are going to select this line and this line, then it will going to be overlapped accordingly. Then just go for this ML edit again, and then we have the T. We have seen the T. Then we have the open cross. This is, you can see that if with the help of this, you can just create open cross like this. So basically ML multi-line is very much useful in creating roads, and with the help of this ML edit, you can just create the patterns accordingly. Then let's just see one more thing. Again, I'm going for this option, which is merged cross. If I'm going to select this, you can see that it will going to create the same thing over here, but it will going to be merged. You can see that the lines are merged. Then again, I'm going for the ML edit. And then we have these options over here. So with that, okay, so you can just explore this one, but let's just see the corner over here. So just click on this corner, and if I'm going to click on these two options, you can see that it will going to remove the extra portion, creating the corners. And it depends upon the selection. Like if I'm going to select these parts over here, then you can see that here it will going to remove the other half. Then the other multi-line type is, or ML edit is, for that I'm going to create one line over here. I'm going for the ML edit again, and this is known as add vertex. So this is a straight line, but you can add up a vertex over here. Click on this add vertex, click on any points, and accordingly it will going to add up the vertex. You can see that the points are there, and now with the help of these points, you can just bend the multi-line. If you want to remove the vertex, you can have the remove vertex also. Just click on this delete vertex, and it will going to delete that vertex. Then you can even cut out, like over here you can see that there is a cut also. With the help of this, you can just cut out the multi-line by clicking on these two parts. You can even join it. So other opposite is also there. You want to weld it, you can just click on this weld, click on these two lines, and it will going to be weld up. Okay, so here you have to select the another multi-line. So let's say that I have one more multi-line, and I want to weld up these two multi-lines. So I'm going to select on my ML edit, I'm going to select the weld, I'm going to select this one and this one, pick the same line. Okay, so just go for the weld, select, yes, now it has been weld. So we have to select the same line over here, and it will going to weld it. So this is how it will going to weld and create a single line. So this is how multi-line is used, and with the help of this, you can just create the walls, patterns in the walls like this, and you can even create a road. So let's just create a road over here. So let's say that I'm going for the multi-line, and I am going to just go for the just tie scale, and I'm going to make, let's just say that I want to make the wall as 100 times or road as 100 times, and this is how it will going to create a road. And you can even create a road like this on the top, and you can just create a merging like over here. So just go for the mledit, select this open cross, select these two, and it will going to be crossed. And you can even add a circle over here like this. So now you can see that how important is multi-line, and you can use it to create the things like this. Now we have seen about what is multi-line and how to use the multi-line edit. So it's time to just see what is multi-line style. So multi-line style will going to help you in creating the custom lines. Like over here, we have talked earlier that there's a double line, but we want to increase the line, we want to make it 4, or we want to add some other type of line type. So at that time we can use a multi-line style. So where do we find it? You will find it inside this format. You will see that there's a multi-line tool or multi-line style tool over here, or simply write ml style in the command box, and that's it. Just press enter and a box will going to open, and this is what multi-line style is. So over here we have to create our new style. So I'm going to click on this new over here, and let's say that I want to name it as my line. So this is the name, and it will going to start with the standard. Standard is the default multi-line style that is provided, and till now we have working with this standard only. So now just click on this continue, and the moment you click on the continue, another dialog box will going to open, and from here you can see that this is the multi-line box, and we have the preview over here. So in this preview section, you will see that how your multi-line is looking like. So as I have told you that the distance between the two lines was a 1, that's I have told you because of this. Over here, you can see that the offset is 0.5 and minus 0.5. It means that it is taking a center as a reference, and on the top it is 0.5 and negative minus 0.5 on below. Let's say that you want to add more lines, so just click on this add over here, and the moment you clicked on the add, you can see that the third line will going to be added up, and you can have that this value is 0. If I'm going to make this value as 1, make it as 1 over here, you can see that now this 1 is added over here. Similarly, let's say that you want to add up a new line and you want to make this value as -1, so write -1 over here, and now you can just click on over here and you can see that -1 has been added. If you want to add up the boxes, you can see that these boxes or lines are added to make it close. If you want to make it an arc, you can see that the arc is going to be added. You can do that for start and end both. If you want to fill a color, you can just fill out any of the color. You can see that it will going to be filled up. Fill means it will going to fill it with the color. And if you want to change the line, like let's say that I want to change the 0.5 line color as yellow, so you can see that it has been changed to yellow now. Its color has been changed, and similarly you can just change it for other lines as well. Once you have done everything, you have to make it okay, and this is the line type. Select it, make it set current, and just make it okay. And now if you are going to create a multi-line, you can see that it will going to create that line type that you have created. So right now you can see that it has filled that the color, and it has made one line as yellow. It has created an arc on one end, and it has created a line on the other end. In the scale, it is still, the scale is different, so it is 100 over here. Just make it as 10, and now if I try to create a line again, so you can see that now it's a smaller line over here. And now with the help of this, we can just create the windows. So how we can just create a window? We have to just do one more editing over here. Just go for the multi-line style. Just if you want to edit it, you have to just go for, okay, so once you have created the line, it will not going to be edited, so you have to delete all the lines to edit it. Let's say that I have selected all the lines of that style. Now if I'm going for the multi-line, I can edit it, modify it, but if you have created the line, you can't modify it. Just click on the modify, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this also as an block, and I'm going to change the color to green. And once we have done, everything is fine. Just make it okay. And now let's say that you want to add up the door. So how we can just, okay, so make it, firstly just change to this one. Okay, this is set current. And let's say that I want to add up a door over here. So I'm going to click on the multi-line. Like from here, I'm going to change the justification from the top, or let's just go for the bottom. And then let's say that I want to add up. Okay, so I have to change the scale also. So just go for the multi-line, and then in the scale, just change it to 10. And here you have to do one more thing. You have to delete that line as well, that additional line that we have created. Just go for the multi-line, just modify it and just delete this line. So -1 and 1. So that's all what we want. Just make it okay. Just make it okay. And now just create a multi-line, set the justification to bottom, click on this, and you can see that it will going to create a windows like this. Again select it, and you can just select a window, and it will going to create a window. So if you want to create it with some values, like let's say that you want to create a window of 5 feet, so you can just go for the multi-line, click on this point, create 5 single comma, and this is the 5 feet window that you have created. Similarly, if you want to create it from here, you can just create it. So this is how you can just add up the windows as well. So with the help of this multi-line style, you can just create your own custom looking style, and you can just add up and you can use it. So this is all about the multi-line tool. We have seen a lot of things related to the multi-line, and we have seen that how useful is this tool. If you like this video, then please do press the like button. And if you are new to this channel, then please do subscribe this channel for the updates like this. We keep on bringing you such an interesting contents. And if you want a full course on AutoCAD, let's say that you want to learn AutoCAD right from scratch, then you can just visit our Udemy page. The link I will going to provide it in the description. And this is the AutoCAD Academy, a comprehensive course on AutoCAD 2D and 3D. So in this you will get a both 2D and 3D course, and it's a very comprehensive course. You will going to learn a lot of things related to the AutoCAD, and it's available on Udemy. Just check out the link if you, and check out the trial videos. If you liked it, then please do enroll into this course, and it will really going to help you in learning AutoCAD right from the scratch. So thank you, and catch up you in the next one.